fast as I can. Real Delulu, yelling out my man for that river bend, river bend, river bend, river bend, on Port Kelly land. And I'm still Delulu, yelling out my man.
Hey guys, go back to my channel. Jesus Christ. Carlee Russell, I swear for God, if I could choke you out, bitch, I would. Sorry, YouTube, they made me a threat, but I'm just saying, girl, what is wrong with you? In a day and age where little black girls, young black girls, and grown black women are constantly being trafficked, being taken out by black men every 4.5 hours, being mistreated as if they're not the blessing of the earth, and you decide to allegedly, at this point it feels like allegedly, faking a kidnapping of yourself and claim you try to save a little white child, bombastic side eye. And you found 48 hours later, and you acted a fool for your mama crib when you got found because you want to make sure everybody thought that, you got kidnapped. Your story, I'll let you hear this from the Hoover Police Department of Alabama, sounded very, oh my God, girl, what the fuck, and I don't believe you. And then, girl, like, you have now placed other young black girls and black women who actually don't get the stories put out to the surface, where now these niggas ain't finna believe y'all when y'all get kidnapped. But let me let Hoover Police tell you what the fuck happened. So check this out.
The time frame. Carlee's 911 call remains the only report of a child on the interstate, despite numerous vehicles passing through the area at that time. No one has called to report that a child is missing, and the Hoover Police Department did not locate any evidence of a small child walking down the interstate. Data from Carlee's phone, including her Life 360 app, shows that she traveled approximately 600 yards in her vehicle while she was on the phone with 911, stating that she was following a child. 600 yards. That is 6 football fields straight, 600 yards. The Hoover 911 Center received a second call from Carlee's mother, stating that a relative was on the phone with her when they heard Carlee scream, and then they had an open phone line. Hoover police officers arrived on the scene within 5 minutes of being dispatched, and several other officers arrived shortly. They located Carlee's wig and cell phone in the grass near the vehicle. Her purse was located in the front seat of her vehicle with her Apple Watch in the purse. The food she ordered for Tzatziki's was also in the car. The items she purchased from Target, as well as the items taken from her place of employment, were not in the vehicle, nor were they located anywhere around the scene. Hoover Police deployed all available assets from the point in the search for Carlee. Additional resources were called in to include our own drone unit, crime scene investigators. Numerous detectives responded to the scene. Throughout the day Friday, officers from surrounding local and federal agencies assisted Hoover Police in the search for Carlee Russell. Officers returned to the scene on 459 to conduct a thorough line search for evidence. K-9 teams from the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department responded to check for any sign of Carlee, the child that she claimed to see, and anything else that could be considered evidence in this case. Those searches all turned up empty. Private citizens, including search parties organized by her family, friends, began looking everywhere that they could to find any trace. These searches took place throughout the day Friday and again on Saturday, yielding nothing. At 10:44 p.m. on July 15th, the Hoover 911 Center receives a call from Carlee's residence stating that she returned home on foot. In subsequent investigations, detectives obtained surveillance footage of Carlee walking down the sidewalk alone prior to her arrival at her residence. She was conscious and speaking with paramedics when she was transported to UAB. Detectives were able to obtain a brief statement from her prior to being treated and released. During the statement, she told detectives that while traveling down the interstate, she saw a baby walking down the side of the road and called 911. She stated when she got out of her vehicle to check on the child, a man came out of the trees and mumbled that he was checking on the baby. She claimed that the man then picked her up and she screamed. She stated he then made her go over a fence. She claims he then forced her into a car, and the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. She stated that the male was with a female. However, she never saw the female, only hearing her voice. She also told detectives she could hear a baby crying. She told detectives the male had orange hair with a big bald spot on the back. She said she was able to escape the 18-wheeler and fled on foot, only to be captured again and then was put in a car. She claimed she was then blindfolded but was not tied up because the captor said they did not want to leave impressions on her wrists. She said that they took her into a house and made her get undressed. She believes they took pictures of her, but she does not remember them having any physical or sexual contact. She stated the next day she woke up and was fed cheese crackers by the female. She said the woman also played with her hair, but could not remember anything else. At some point, she was put back in a vehicle she claims was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area. She told detectives she ran through lots of woods until she came out near her residence. During this interview, detectives noted that Carlee had a small injury to her lip, and she claimed that her head was hurting. She also had a tear in her shirt. Detectives also noted that she had $107 cash in her right sock. Out of respect for Carlee and her family, detectives did not press for additional information in this interview and made plans to speak with her in detail after giving her time to rest. Detectives continue analyzing data from Carlee's cell phone that was left behind at the scene. We enlisted the help of the United States Secret Service in conducting this analysis. Part of what data includes several internet searches in the days leading up to their disappearance that I think are very relevant to this case. On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term, "Do you have to pay for an Amber Alert?" was searched. On July 13th at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term, "How to take money from a register without being caught," was searched. On July 13th at 2:13 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term Birmingham bus station was searched. On July 13th, 2:35 a.m., a search for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville was conducted with a departure date of July 13th. On July 13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction, was conducted. There were two searches related to Amber Alerts on a computer at Carlee's place of employment, including one regarding the maximum age of an Amber Alert. There were other searches on Carlee's phone that appeared to shed some light on her mindset, but out of respect for her privacy, we will not be releasing the content of those searches at this time. We've asked to interview Carlee a second time, but have not been granted that request. As you can see, there are many questions left to be answered, but only Carlee can provide those answers. What we can say is that we've been unable to verify most of Carlee's initial statement made to investigators, and we have no reason to believe that there is a threat to the public safety related.
Electric chair.
We can't say that Carlee's the one that did these searches in her phone, but let's be real for a second. Who else would the fuck do it? And that's the problem. Carlee girl. Now, the conversation on YouTube now is not every black woman fits a monolith, and I fucking agree, because not every black person is the same, man or woman. That's on period. And you can't lump every black person to be a Carlee Russell, because that's some bullshit. But I will say this, though. It won't be the first or the last time that someone like a Carlee Russell has done some shit like this all for some clout. And according to what the story is, allegedly, is that she was fucking with a 17-year-old and she was trying to get away from his ass, and the baby along the way somewhere in some fashion. And then the red rooftop inn, girl, it's giving you doing too much, baby girl. And the sad thing about it is, I think the parents are like oblivious as fuck to everything, which is why them getting online and defending her was stupid. Because I don't think I already know the details of everything. But here we are. And they're going to arrest her. I can see that they're going to arrest her. They're going to make her an example. And they are going to make sure that if another black woman or a young black girl gets kidnapped, that they're not going to believe them. And that's what I don't want for us as black people in general. But you know what? It's 2023, and you allow social media to save you, bitch, and now social media will be your downfall because you lied, allegedly. But let's see what happens in a couple days. So anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Peace.